Hello time travelers, and welcome new time travelers. As always, if you're new to this channel and enjoy learning about history, one event at a time from around the world, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. Without further ado, let's get into it. Today we're going to start out in 1469 when Isabel I, Queen of Castile, married Ferdinand II, King of Aragon. In 1851, American author Herman Melville's classic novel Moby Dick was first published as The Whale in London. 3 years later, in 1854, the Onston Manifesto was declared, by which 3 U.S. diplomats communicating to Secretary of State William L. Marcy's advocated U.S. seizure of Cuba from Spain. After much opposition, a deal negotiated by U.S. Secretary of State William Stewart for the U.S. purchase of the Russian colony of Alaska was approved, and on this day in 1867, the U.S. flag was flown over the capital, Sitka. I honestly thought that the capital was Juneau. Um, 1898 is when Puerto Rico was turned over to the U.S. following the Spanish-American War. Okay, so the capital now is Juneau, which was established in 1906 as far as the capital of Alaska. So, Sitka was the capital of Alaska when it was purchased from Russia. In 1922, the British Broadcasting Company, Ltd., was established to be replaced by the British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC, in 1927. 4 years later, in 1926, American singer, songwriter, and guitarist Chuck Berry, who was one of the most popular and influential performers of rhythm and blues and rock and roll music in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, was born. 1931 brought us 2 events. The first event is when American inventor Thomas Edison, who was especially known for his critical role in introducing the modern age of electricity, died in West Orange, New Jersey. And the second event happened in 1931 was American gangster Al Capone was convicted of federal income tax evasion and was subsequently sentenced to 11 years in prison. 1939 is when Lee Harvey Oswald, the accused assassin of U.S. President John F. Kennedy, was born in New Orleans. 8 years later, in 1948, Secretary of Interior Julius A. Krung reported to President Harry S. Truman that the U.S. economy is capable of undertaking substantial foreign aid programs without jeopardizing U.S. security or living standards. 1958, or 56, is when tennis player Martina Navratilova who dominated the sport in the late 20th century, winning 18 Grand Slam single titles, was born in Prague. 1961 is when the acclaimed musical film West Side Story, an adaptation of a Broadway play, was released in American theaters. It won 10 Academy Awards, including that for Best Picture. 1988 is when the American sitcom Roseanne, starring Roseanne Barr, premiered on ABC and became hugely popular, noted for deriving humor from everyday struggles of middle-class families and for taking controversial issues. And our final event happened in 2007. After 8 years of self-imposed exile, Benazir Bhutto, who as two-time prime minister from 1988 to 1990 and 1993 to 1996 of Pakistan, was the first woman leader of a Muslim nation in modern history, returned to her home country, and hours later she was nearly killed when her motorcade was bombed in Karachi. She was assassinated in December. And with that, we return to 2024 and our current history. Now let's head over to the animal kingdom for our 67th animal fact. The Yangtze giant soft-shell turtle is the biggest freshwater turtle in the world. It weighs between 150 to 200 kilograms, or 330 to 485 pounds, and is over 100 centimeters or 39 inches in length. They are found primarily in the area of the Yangtze River in China. Now let's head into the science lab, where some animals display autistic-like traits. Autistic traits in animals include a tendency toward reproductive behavior and atypical habits. Okay, and as always, if you're new to this channel and enjoy learning about history one event at a time from around the world, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. I'll see you all in the next one.